We just cannot stop scoring goals. At the moment, we are the top goal scorers in the Bundesliga. The league at the moment is going surprisingly well. Welcome back then, guys, to the Red Devil Revival, here now for episode 34 of our Road to Glory series here on FM21 with Kaiserslautern. As I've mentioned in the intro, we are on some unbelievable goal scoring form. We really are. We have scored in every single match we've taken part in so far, and we are the top goal scorers in the Bundesliga, despite being a newly promoted side. Now, before we get into this episode properly though today, guys, if you did miss the last episode where we had an absolutely insane match-up with Cologne at home, with a link right above me for you to click on so you go back and see exactly what took place in that game. And of course, before we do get going, if you do enjoy today's video, do make sure to go and drop a like down onto it. As I always say, any likes on any of the videos massively helps the channel out. And if you are looking forward to seeing any more of my content, such as the Red Devil Revival series or any of my FM21 Tactics videos, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. Now, let's get into this video here today. And yeah, life's going quite well in the Bundesliga. We are currently sitting 7th in the division, despite being a newly promoted side. Far, far, far better than I ever expected us to be doing, that is for sure. And since last time out, we've played 2 games and we haven't lost either of them, despite the fact our defending still isn't that great. Of course, we took on Cologne in the previous episode. We got that 4-2 win, a completely manic game, 6-goal thriller, really top stuff, and we got the win there. We then went away to Hertha Berlin, a very, very tough side, and we were a little bit lucky. I will be honest, we were very, very lucky here. We were 2-1 down going to the 90th minute, and then Pellegrini scored a late goal to equalise and make it 2-2, the 94th minute goal. I kind of just resigned myself to the defeat, and then suddenly out of nowhere we scored. I was so happy with it. I really was, that is for sure. And then after that we took on Borussia Mönchengladbach, the side we played last season in the German Cup quarter-final, I think it was. And they beat us 5-2. I think it was away from home though in that game. Of course, we've since strengthened our side quite considerably, and we beat them 2-0. It was a really, really good showing. Defensively, we were top notch. It's our first clean sheet of the league season. We had goals from Militieri and Pellegrini, which was really good stuff. And as I say, in the league, we currently sit in 7th position. Today, though, we have to take on RB Leipzig and Nurnberg. The Nuremberg game especially is a massive relegation 6-pointer, because despite having a good start to the season, we are still relegation candidates, realistically speaking. And also we are taking on a real test with RB Leipzig as well. I think that game is away from home, and that is our first game here today. But Leipzig have struggled to begin this season, so hopefully we can maybe take advantage of that as well. In terms of our lineup and how we're going to be going ahead with this game, it is Krapikas in net, Sane, Torres and Ehlers. Sane returns to the team, unlike in the previous episode where he was suspended. It's then Williams, who also comes back from suspension, Garcia and Di Chiara. Di Chiara, who I brought in to be our backup left back, has been playing really, really well. You can see his average rate in his last 5 games has been a 7.2. He's only one of our best performers in the side, excluding the strikers in this team. So I'm really chuffed with how he's got on. It said Ustakau and Moria starting in the centre midfield. At the moment, both Kaiserslautern and also Salas are still returning from injury, so they are not fit here to play, which is why we're lining up in the manner in which we are. And then it's Militieri and Pellegrini up front. I dropped Zikiri for the last game when we took on Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Militieri scored in that match. So we're going to stick with him here and then have Zikiri on the bench if we do require him. It's also worth noting the winter update has occurred in FM21, so it's going to be interesting how we get on. I haven't as of yet used this side on the new update, so I don't know if the tactic is going to be completely broken. I'm hoping it isn't the case, but we are taking on Leipzig first of all, so it's going to be a tough game regardless. Let's get into it. Let's see how we do. Hopefully if we can avoid defeat, that would be fantastic. If we can nick a draw, I'll be really chuffed with that, but I will be completely honest with you, I'm not expecting much at all. It's still Nagelsmann's RB Leipzig. I don't actually recognise the goalkeeper, Rom Dane. I wonder if that's a regen. It's an Upamecano, Konate and Gavardio, a really decent back three there. Vagnoman and Celik, their wing backs, are also very good. Kraus and Olmo with Ikone, Barrow and Silva. Okay, that's going to be tough, that front line. There's some good players in that team. I'm going to say to them, we've got nothing to lose because we haven't. Although they're playing poorly, they are such a stronger side in comparison to us. So let's go with it and let's see how we do get on. I'm going to go into the match preview. Come on, lads. Let's just try and have a decent showing. They're on really poor form, but I don't think it's going to make much difference here, unfortunately, for us. But out we come away at Leipzig Stadium. I don't actually know what Leipzig Stadium is called off the top of my head. I don't honestly know it. It's probably like the Red Bull Arena, let's be honest. It's Red Bull, isn't it? But okay, they've got the ball here. Danny Olmo, who was always an amazing player in FMs in the past. I don't know if he's quite so good at that shot there, would probably suggest not so much, but I haven't used him until FM21. I use him a lot in FM20, but not at all in this year's game. But we survived the first 10 minutes, which is a positive. I will take that, if I'm honest. I thought we'd already be losing. We got a corner here as well. Dikiana with it, puts it in. Salif Sane, oh, he puts it wide. I thought that was going to find its way into the far right-hand side of the net, but it just floated past the post, unfortunately for us. But still, not a bad showing. A very even game so far. Not bad whatsoever. 25 played here. A throw-in in a dangerous area here for us. Come on, Nico Williams. What's he going to do with it? Plays back to Ustakal. He puts it in. It's headed kind of clear by Gavardiol, but not great. Williams does recycle the play. Ustakal again. Oh, no. Here comes the Leipzig counter-attack. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be the first goal, I'm sure. Musa Barrow, who I've used in this year's FM. He's so good. Yep, there we go. He's got a goal. And also, one thing which I'm loving, I don't know if you saw on the screen there, it now has the assist icon in terms of actually telling you who got the assist for the goal. I don't know why it was taken out at the beginning of the game, but it's good to see SI has put it back into the game now on the winter update. But yeah, it's unsurprising that Barrow has scored from a counter-attack. I've used him in my FM21 personal save. I'm doing a Glory Hunter type save with Atalanta, and he won the Ballon d'Or in it. He's that good. He is so quick. It's ridiculous stuff. Hang on. I was about to say, looks like we're going to go into half-time 1-0 down, but there's a highlight here. If we nick a goal, that'll be really good. Nico Williams here is at the highlight, or they can have a chance to counter. Sane should have this. Indeed, he does. Don't lose it, please, Salif. Okay, that's a really bad ball, but Williams does keep it on the pitch at least. Garcia now to Maria. It's not a great ball. I presume it's a really long highlight. I don't quite know if this actually highlight has got anything else happening with it or if it's just going to fizzle out. Ayla's here to Dikiara. He's already booked. I may sub him off at half time. I don't want to risk a red card for him. What's he going to do with it? Don't lose it. Okay, he's got it to Garcia, who is starting one of the first games for us. He normally comes on as a sub, but I, of course, am starting him here. Dikiara, what a ball. Milicia, is he onside? Come on, Samuel. How did that not go in? He chips it in and hits the bar and then the post, I think. I've got no idea how that didn't go in. Oh, we should be level. He tried to be too fancy in Military. He should have smashed it. XG-wise, we actually should have had a goal by now in comparison to Leipzig. We are so unlucky to be losing here at half-time. I'm going to say to them, you've been unlucky. I think that is the case. I'm also going to make a change. I'm going to take off Dikiara, as I mentioned, for Calafiori. And anybody else? Not yet. I think we'll hold off making any other changes just for the moment in time. On comes Calafiori. There's an instant Leipzig highlight. A very dangerous free kick. It's Ikone, the attacking midfielder, stepping up. He puts it in. Thankfully, it does go wide of our post. That would have been very painful to be 2-0 down straight away. Another highlight here. Calafiori. This has just been the theme of every game we played. There's always so many chances. It doesn't make sense considering how we play. As I mentioned in the last episode, we play defensive football in terms of the formation. You wouldn't think it when you actually see us line up and how we actually play. Hang on, the ball's been crossed in. It wasn't a great cross. Please get there first, Garcia. He does. Calafiori now. Over to Moria. Back to Calafiori. Can he get a ball into box? He has got a good cross on him. Come on, Calafiori. He puts it in. Pellegrini, Militieri. Oh, he could have... Hang on, Nico Williams. Oh, how have we not scored? I don't know why Pellegrini didn't just hit it or Military didn't play it back to Pellegrini. I don't understand that bit of football, but even so... Oh, there's another free kick. Olmo this time plays it in, and we somehow haven't conceded from that. It's hit the bar there from the Leipzig header. I'm going to make another change. I'm going to get Military off for Andy Zakiri. Get the main man onto the pitch who has got, I think, 6 or 7 goals for us already this season. Pellegrini's got 9 in the league at the moment. He's got 9 goals in 7 games before this. Of course, if he doesn't score, it'll be 9 and 8. But yeah, he's had a good season. He's had a very good season. I do wonder if we are still in the Bundesliga next season, if Monaco will let us keep him for another year, they probably won't, because I reckon they may want to play him. Right, I'm going to make our final change. We need to make something different here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Moria up in the attacking midfield. I'm going to put Garcia like so. I'm also going to be on Carlos Alena as the attacking midfielder on attack. And I'm going to tell Ustakal to go as a Mazzala on support. Let's go like this for the last few minutes. Okay, there's a highlight straight away. Don't be us conceding. Oh, sort of heads it on. Mittelstadt here, who actually I almost wanted to sign, but I couldn't convince Leipzig to let him go. Unfortunately, he's a very decent German left back. And there we go. Leipzig score. It's 2-0. It's not really a surprise. We put up a decent fight. We probably should have had at least one to our name. Sadly, we have not managed it. I'm going to go attacking for the last few minutes, see if we can maybe salvage a goal and maybe put some pressure on Leipzig into the last few minutes. I mean, look at the stats. It's been very even. I think we've been a little bit shafted by the game. The fact we haven't really had any shots on target until the 90th minute then. It does, though, look like it's going to finish 2-0. Indeed, it does. I'll just say at the beginning of this episode, we keep scoring. We've now had a game where we haven't scored. We should have done. We had an XG of 1.5 nearly, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of net. So I'm going to say unlucky to them. I'm not that upset. We were never the favourites ever in a million years away at Leipzig here. But even so, not a bad performance, realistically speaking. They're one of the best sides in the league, 100%. So we were decent. We didn't just fall over and die, which is the main thing. But in my opinion, the far more important game coming up is the Nuremberg game at home, which is next. So I will see you guys at that game very shortly. Here we are then now for the second game of today's episode, the home game with Nuremberg, in my opinion, the more important of the two. And this is how we're going to line up. There's a few changes from the squad that just took on Leipzig. It's Krapikas in net, Sale, Torres and Gimber back into the squad. I've dropped Ehlers to the bench. Williams still at right back, Garcia, and then Calafiori comes back in at left back. It's then Ustakal and Elena, who is now fit, and then Pellegrini and Zakiri up front. It's also worth noting on the bench, finally, Salas is on the bench. He reckons he can maybe play 45 minutes, so maybe at half-time or in some point in the second half we will see him come on to the pitch. But let's get into it. Let's see how we do in this must-win fixture, really, up against Nuremberg. If we lose to them, it could be very costly later on down the line. It's worth noting with Nuremberg, they do have our former player in Christoph Kobold, one of our former centre-backs. But other than that, I don't know too much about the Nuremberg squad. But let's get into the dressing room then. And I'm going to say, point the finger at the lads. I'm expecting to see a much better performance today. I really am. It's unacceptable, really, if we were to lose both of these games. We cannot be doing that. In terms of the league, there's our form. We've got 2 wins in our last 5, which isn't bad. Of course, that's the team we're playing with. Nuremberg, I think, play a bit more of a standard formation, unlike ourselves. Indeed, they do a 4-2-3-1. I'm sure they're playing a right back at right wing. I wonder why that is. But in terms of league, we still sit 7th. It's worth noting, even after that defeat, Nuremberg are down in 17th place, which is why this is a vital game that we have to be winning at home at the Fritz Walter Stadion. Beginning the game we go, and let's see how we get on. A very early highlight here. Less than 5 minutes played. Can we get an early goal to get ourselves into the lead? We've lost it, but we should be okay. Indeed, we are. Salif Sane now. Good ball there to Carlos Lane. Good to see him back in the team. I'm hoping for a better performance from him in these next few fixtures. He's been quite poor since his arrival. I haven't seen that much from him. But Calafiori here, come on. Over to Carlos Elena, as I've just been talking him up. Now Garcia. Calafiori as well. Come on, get a ball into the box. It's an own goal. Oh dear. I have noticed on the winter update there are a few more own goals. When I was doing a stream yesterday evening at the point of recording this, it's now Wednesday. And yeah, when I was doing that, there was about 3 own goals that got scored just in that one stream. It does seem to be a bit more of a common occurrence. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing lots of own goals in the save, but there's one to add to the collection I've already seen since the new update. We are 1-0 up here with Nuremberg. I will take it, and a goal is a goal. I don't care how it's scored or who scores them, as long as we win the games. That is the main thing. I love the fact that despite sitting 7th with 16 points, our goal difference is 0, because our defending is that bad, yet we still score so many goals. I just don't understand it. We are just whizzing through this game, though, it seems about. We are over 30 minutes in, and other than that own goal, we have seen nothing, which for how we play in the most recent fixtures here in the Bundesliga is a bit weird, considering, of course, we normally see about 1 million highlights every single game. Ustakal, a lovely interception there. Pellegrini, lovely ball. Zakiri, he's back on the score sheet. He's back on camera. He's like, I need to go and get some more goals, don't I? And then he goes and sorts himself out. He's 9th for the season. I think he's 7th in the Bundesliga. Good stuff there from the Swiss international. Great bit of play from Mustakal there. Great interception, great pass, and then he has another one now after he gets it laid to him by Pellegrini. And Zakiri gets on his left foot, puts it into that bottom left corner. 2-0 just before half-time. Very, very good stuff. We are playing really well at the moment. Nurnberg having very, very few chances. They really are. And into half-time we go. 2-0 is the score currently. I'm going to go and point my arms. Say, don't get complacent. I think that... I just want to say point my arms. Point my finger. Don't get complacent. Let's go out into the second half. Let's see if we can just keep this lead. I'm happy if it just stays as 2-0. We don't see anything else for the rest of the game. I don't really mind if that was to happen. I am going to make a change though. I'm going to bring on Alejandro Salas pretty shortly. I'm going to do it now. Let's get him on for the next few minutes. I'm going to swap over Garcia and Ustakal, put Ustakal a little bit deeper, and then on comes Salas for his first match, I believe, of the season, and of course in the Bundesliga. It'll be good to see him back in the team here. I'm also going to sub off Gimba for Eilers because he's not playing particularly well. Make that double change. Hopefully he shouldn't change anything too dramatically. It's only personnel change. Nothing tactical is being influenced with these swaps. And let's see what happens here. I don't think this is a proper highlight. I think it's just because we're making those tactical changes that Nuremberg are keeping the ball. I presume this will just fizzle out pretty shortly. At least I'm hoping that's the case. Torres heads it back to Krapikas. I presume that will be the end of it here. Another highlight here. 70 played. If Nuremberg score now, the last 20 minutes of this game become very nervy. But Calafiori with a great tackle. Zakiri, great first touch. He's one-on-one. He's very pacey. Zakiri, surely. He's not scored. It was arguably easier than his first goal. Oh, Andy. Right, we're going to make our final change. I'm going to put us to balanced. We're going to go a little bit of time wasting, a bit more disciplined. I'm also going to sub off Ustakal for Liuzio, and I'm going to make him a ball-winning midfielder as well. Make that change, and hopefully it doesn't have a negative impact. Also with Ustakal, he was tired, so it made sense to make that change. Nuremberg with the ball now. Oh, don't throw away this 2-0 lead, lads, please. Let's try and keep another clean sheet. It will only be our second one in the league, so we could really do with one. You know, try and actually give Krapikas some nice morale and the defenders as well, because they haven't really enjoyed their time in the Bundesliga, I'd say. Not really, but Aymar here. Williams, I thought he was going to get the ball. He didn't in the end, though. Sorrow. There's a lot of names in this team. I don't know who they are. Okay, Furlik, Furlik even, and Liam Miller scored. That is so poor by Krapikas. Oh, no. Okay, right. Demand more from the lads. I'm not going to change anything with us at the moment. I don't mind how things are going. I'm pretty confident. They've done so little all game of Nuremberg. Right, okay, I'm going to make one more change. Actually, I'm going to put Calafiori onto a defensive role. And I'm also going to make Liuzio a defensive role as well. I'm going to tell Elena to go more supportive. And we're going to go to cautious. Come on, lads. We're into the last few minutes. We're also going to go full on time wasting as well. Can we see this game out? Into stoppage time we go. There's 4 minutes added on. Are we going to hold out? I think we may do it. Come on. We have a massive, massive 3 points there. We were by far the more deserving of the two teams. You look at the stats overall, we were the better team in that game, despite the fact one of our goals was an own goal. Good stuff. I'm going to do outstretched arms. A good win, boys. Well done. They all look over the moon about it. Of course they do. In terms of league, where does it put us? So we stay in 7th place, which is really good. We are 4 points off of top spot. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We will fall away, but we're just having a nice bit of run at the moment. And that 2-1 win is a good performance. Okay, Zakiri's out for a couple of days. It shouldn't be too drastic, hopefully. In terms of the schedule, though, what we come back for next episode then, guys, I will play the Frankfurt game and the Nuremberg Cup match off screen, and also Mainz, and we will then come back at the end of November for the games with Hoffenheim, who are 4th, and Leverkusen, who are 1st, because I just want to completely torture myself and have 2 really difficult games. But that is what we'll be coming back for on Monday's episode. Overall though, guys, that just about wraps up this video here today. The first game with Leipzig, a little bit disappointed, but we weren't bad, that's for sure. 2-0 defeat. It could have been a lot closer. We had a couple of good chances. We just couldn't find the back of the net, sadly, for ourselves. And then we bounced back straight away with that good win up against Nuremberg. A bit disappointed we did concede, didn't keep the clean sheet, but regardless, we got the win. That is the main thing, is getting the 3 points onto the board and keeping ourselves nice and clear of those relegation spots. And guys, I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do go and chuck a like down onto it. As I always say, and I said at the beginning of the episode, every like on any of the videos massively does help the channel out. And if you are looking forward to seeing any more of my content here on YouTube, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to notify whenever my content here on YouTube goes live. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.